everyone, welcome back. I'm working on my book pitch. Picture this. Zoe sneaks through a quiet alley. A robot drone buzzing overhead. One wrong move and she's caught. Should she run or finish the mission? That feeling you just had, wondering what will happen next? That's conflict, the problem that makes stories exciting. Today we'll learn how authors use tools to create tension and push the plot forward. Plus, I can keep adding ideas to my book pitch from my agent. Before diving into my book pitch, I was practicing by writing about a conflict I've experienced. Take a look at these two options I came up with. Think about which one you think is more engaging. I fought with my friend. We disagreed about the best choice for a movie. I was so sad. She was too. I crossed my arms and stared at the ground. You always pick the movie, I snapped, my voice sharp like a paper cut. Can't we watch something I like for once? Jenna clutched the popcorn. You never speak up until the last second, she snapped. The room felt stuffy. I looked away, fists tight, my face hot with frustration. There was definitely a difference between the two examples. Pause here and explain in your own words which one was more engaging for you as the reader. Oh, yeah, the second was way better. Thanks to our conversation and the details I gave you, you could really feel the conflict between me and Jenna, right? And I know what you're thinking. Conflict is a problem. You're right. But every great story needs that. Conflict creates tension. That means it makes us worry, wonder, or hope. We start asking questions like, what's going to happen? Will they be okay? Can they fix this? Conflict also reveals the character's struggles. We learn what kind of person the character is by how they react to the problem. Are they brave? Scared? Do they give up or keep trying? We learned all about this when we tackled our character arcs. Conflict also pushes the plot forward. That means the story changes because of the problem. It reveals the big message or theme. If there was no conflict, the story would say the same, and that would be boring. Authors with well-developed conflict in a story use a combination of tools like dialogue, actions, and descriptive language to make the conflict come alive in the story. Dialogue is what the characters say. It helps readers hear the conflict. Dialogue is powerful to use when the conflict is between characters, when people are disagreeing, arguing, keeping secrets, or making big decisions together. And we already know a lot about actions and descriptive language. We've used those in some of our other stories. Let's use these tools to build some conflict in my story. Take a look at this scene between Zoe and her best friend Liam, and let's add a little conflict by using dialogue. You don't understand, Zoe shouted. We're not free anymore. Liam crossed his arms. Freedom's dangerous, Zoe. Orion is right. See that? This external conflict between Zoe and Liam is shown through their words to each other. Zoe wants freedom, but Liam thinks Orion is right. Pause here and write down one line Zoe might say to convince Liam that Orion is causing problems. Character actions let us see how a character feels about a conflict without them saying it. I wrote a couple of options to show that Zoe is frustrated without saying she's frustrated. Think about which option you think works best to show her feelings through action. Zoe's hands curled into fists. She turned her back on Liam and kicked a broken bottle down the alley, sending it skittering into the shadows. Zoe looked at Liam and turned away. Pause here and write down which one you think is more impactful and why. Man, I really like the first one better. I think I'll add it to my book pitch. It's obvious Zoe is frustrated without saying it because she curls her hands into fists, she turns her back to Liam, and she kicks the bottle down the alley. Yep, definitely frustrated. When writing some of our stories, we've used a lot of descriptive language to help us with our story settings, senses, and emotions. We know that this type of language paints a picture and builds moods using our five senses or comparisons. Pause here and jot down one idea you have for making the conflict in the scene with Zoe and Liam feel even more real. What descriptive language could you add to help us see, hear, or feel what they're going through? Let me show you what I wrote. The alley buzzed with the sound of distant drones, but all Zoe could hear was the pounding of her own heartbeat. The cold air bit at her skin, but her face burned with anger as Liam's words echoed through the shadows. See how the sentences show how Zoe feels, what she hears, and what the setting is like. It makes the conflict feel more real, and we can imagine exactly where she is and what she's going through. Now it's your turn to be the author. Think of a conflict for your book pitch story that could be related to your real-world issue you chose. Come up with 3 to 5 sentences to describe your conflict combining all 3 tools: dialogue, action, and descriptive language. You can ask yourself, what would your main character say? What might they do that shows their emotions? What's around them? What can they hear or see? Remember to use your words like tools. Make us feel the setting. Make us care about your character's choices. Wow! You've learned to recognize conflict in stories, and now you even know how to create it. Today, you discovered the secret. Great writers don't just tell about conflict, they show it. You have the power to build exciting stories using 1 line of dialogue, 1 brave action, and 1 vivid description at a time. Okay, writers, see you next time. Keep reading, keep writing, and working toward your goals. Hey, hey.